idea if this was going to work. Honestly, we were trying a new internet connection and that I was not able to connect at all with it. So I'm actually using the visible network. So we'll just see if that works because it hasn't been in the past. Anyway, we are here. We're live. But running into a lot of stuff. So we actually couldn't get a video out today. So we thought, since we don't have a video, maybe we'll go try and do a live. Connect with y'all again. It's been a while since we did a live.
Yeah, it has been.
Missed it. But I think it's a great opportunity to get some questions out there and we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Cross your fingers. Keep them fingers crossed.
I don't know if I remember how to do this.
Well, we'll just look at the camera and we'll say some things.
Okay.
I'm nervous though, man. I was nervous. I was nervous all day thinking about the live. I get nervous during the lives and all that came back. So, how are we doing? Are we coming in clear? No buffering or anything like that? Built on the Rock Homestead. We have a moderator in here. Welcome. What is next after the house? And we still have a lot of house left to go.
It'll be a little while.
It's gonna be a little while. I mean, after we're done with this dome, we got a whole another dome to do.
Yep.
But we are getting really high up there now on that dome. Right?
Yep.
What do we got? About 4 feet left. 4 feet left to go. I think we're gonna knock that out quick. But there's been some things that like we spent some things kind of holding us back. So it's not like we can just kind of like knock out the house build like day after day after day. I mean, we're kind of editing on a computer that is slowly, well, not so slowly. It's falling apart. It's on its death throes. So hopefully we'll be rectifying that soon and getting a little bit better machine for editing. So hopefully that'll smooth things out a little bit because editing takes a while. And I think on this machine, it just slows down the process.
Yeah.
Can you cob the damaged bags? Oh yeah, we'll be able to cob over it, and yeah, that would be bad to have these nasty ripped open bags in the house, and it would just be forever a reminder of that. But we should be able to cover that up. It should look real nice when it's all done.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to tell if there's anything going on there.
13 Moons Homestead, welcome. I'm glad the moderators are able to show up. It's kind of a crazy live. We usually do on Thursdays, but like I said, just we so much going on. One of the other things that held us up for like videoing is we did a kind of a pre-Thanksgiving Day celebration. In fact, if you check our stories or Instagram, you'll know that I made a special turkey for the event. People didn't like that on Instagram, by the way. I put in there that we bought a turkey from a local farmer and everything like that, just posting about knowing where your food comes from. We actually lost a bunch of Instagram followers, but I understand people take that personally, especially if they're vegan and stuff like that. I can understand that. So we had a little bit of a celebration with the family, just kind of something ahead of time. I wanted to do something Sunday just to get Jess's family out here because I didn't know what other people would be doing. Like your brother lives with the family. They might have been doing something. Your parents might have been doing something. My brother lives, a little up further north. He might have been doing something. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. So I just thought, have a little celebration ahead of time. That way, if something's going on, we might be able to do separate things, and you might be able to spend some more time with your family. I might be able to do something with mine. I don't know. But what's going on?
Oh, I'm reading comments.
Oh wow, we got anything?
Hunting everything with Mike Morgan says meat is good. The plants are good too.
Yeah, I mean, there are people that eat only vegetables. There are people that eat only meat. And our position is just if you want to really be self-sufficient, um, you really have to think of like a balanced way of doing it. And we want to take a permaculture approach to what we do out here, and having animal and plant systems combined is just going to make things a lot more efficient.
Yeah, doesn't mean you have to eat them.
You don't have to eat. You don't have to eat them. Absolutely.
But that's something I've been thinking a lot about lately, and I might talk about that. I don't know, in a video or something, a little more in depth. But yeah, it's something that people feel strongly about sometimes, and I respect that.
Oh yeah, I absolutely respect people's dietary choices, the way they want to live, and I think with where we are in modern days, like you can have a vegan diet. I think that is something that in modern society that kind of allows us to do.
That's true.
Did I miss any questions? If we got any questions, I've been talking for a while, so
Yeah.
maybe we could
Shut up and read something. Did you need permits to build in Arizona?
Yes. At least down here, we need permits for just about everything, but we can opt out of inspections for first-time owner builder.
And that allowed us a little leeway to build the way that we wanted to build.
Mm-hmm.
Will you put mud up on the inside like the out? Yeah, it'll probably be cob with some type of earthen like plaster finish.
So yeah, like what you see on the outside now is not how that's gonna look. We got to go over that whole thing again with like another coat on top. The inside should look it should look a lot different than exposed bags. I don't know quite how we're gonna finish off the inside completely, but I think some of those lower layers should be kind of covered. Some people kind of leave. I don't know if the bags are exposed, but you can see the ribs of the bags.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's something you're interested in, or.
And that might partly be because of the sound.
Yeah.
So inside a dome, if you've ever been inside a building like that where there's like a dome ceiling, there can be echoes and the sound gets weird. So leaving those lumps of the bags kind of disperses the sound, I think.
Because it might be a little weird if you completely like smooth out the dome and stuff like that. That might be quite an intense sensory experience. Rebecca says, "You're sticking to your project inspires me to stick to my project in a cabin concerning living on the land." It's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not always easy, kind of like, especially on a project that takes so long and so physically intense. A lot of people do drop out. I don't know how we manage. I think just supporting each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have a couple of like-minded individuals that are really focused, and both of us kind of tend to take on projects that are probably too big for us. They're very ambitious, and but we do have the hard-headedness, I don't know, to see it through.
Yes. I know I can be stubborn sometimes.
Not me. I'm not stubborn at all.
Who's working at something?
Probably just someone driving by, right?
Yeah.
Not driving in, right?
Oh, it's UPS.
UPS. What do we get?
No, they passed by.
Oh!
Nothing for us.
I thought we were gonna get a package. My heart's broken.
Yeah, and I think doing the YouTube videos kind of helps motivate us because we know people are watching and they want to see our progress.
People are watching.
Keeps us working.
um, yeah, it's definitely a great motivator because like, I don't want to work today. Well, we got to make a video. Oh, we better get something done. uh,
Ronald asked, "Do you have a schedule of when your house will be completed, the exterior and interior?"
I think this project has taught me not to try and put anything into a schedule. Honestly, I thought this dome would have been done a long time ago.
Yeah, but we've never done anything like this.
Yeah.
This is the first time that we've built a dome. We've built some other Earthbag structures, and that went a lot quicker. But
And so I was thinking, these ones went pretty quick, so I'll give this one extra time. And it's taken a lot more time even than that. Yeah, one thing is just that we're building a dome. So that's new to us, and we're trying to take our time with that. But we've added a lot. We've added some extra elements to it that took a little extra time with the build. Then we ran into monsoon season, and man, but we're getting there. We almost got this thing capped off, and I can't wait.
Do you finish the inside of this dome before building the next with like the wiring and walls and everything?
Good question. That was something we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We can't finish off the inside yet. We were thinking maybe I could wire up into this dome right away and then maybe kind of finishing up the inside a little bit, but I cannot. I think I have to wait until the second dome is done so I can do all the wiring together because those two will be kind of interconnected that way. Mm-hmm. So I think I have to wait. Cannon Farm, thank you so much for the super chat, $10. Thanks for your channel. My wife and I both look forward to every video. We really appreciate you sharing your one of our inspiration for starting our farm.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
Really nice.
Yes. Man, I always get excited when I hear that we've inspired someone to kind of do like an untraditional type of lifestyle, just something project they've been thinking about, getting started on that. That's absolutely why we wanted to get into this.
Are you planning on putting coating on the outer cob? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll need something to make it a little more weather resistant. It's held up pretty well so far, but when we get like hard driving rains, it washes the cob off, so we need something to protect it a little more.
Someone asked, Angry Ape Gaming, am I ex-military? Nope. Thought about getting into the military once, but then I ended up not going into art. But I think it's a good choice. I liked it. Fubar Ranch. So what kind of internet are you guys running out there? Good question. For a while, we were on the Verizon network on Verizon. Then we ended up switching to Visible because it's on the Verizon network, but it's a lot cheaper. Now, and that worked fine for a while. But then we're having a lot of issues, we feel, with being throttled and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we recently got one of these MoFis. And that actually works pretty well most of the time too. But sometimes it acts up as well. And like I just tried hooking up to the MoFi for this live, and it would not go at all. Would not do it. So I had to. We're back on the Visible network trying to do this live. So far so good. That's all we can really get out here. Is just cell connection.
Yep, it's kind of challenging. Yeah, Starlink might be an option.
Yeah, you weren't crazy about the price on that though, right?
Yeah,
Because you got to buy the equipment,
I don't like
and then it's like $100 a month.
spending the money, but
But we're on the list for. I'm into that T-Mobile 5G home internet. It's not quite ready in our area yet, but we are on the list. So if that does come up soon, we'll hook up to that. I'm excited. That's about $50 a month. But a 5G network. We can't get 5G out here yet. Starlink isn't available for us yet. It's not even available yet. What color will you paint the outside? I don't know. It kind of depends on what we kind of land on for what we want to do. Like if we end up doing like a lime plaster, we might just leave it like that and might kind of have like a off-white type of coloring to it, which I think could be really cool and could help keep things cooler in our climate.
Yep. Or could add pigments to that.
Yep. A lot of options.
Yeah. We haven't quite decided yet.
T-Mobile has a fantastic unlimited device that works amazingly on my off-grid site 30 miles outside of Tucson. Oh. Yeah, I like some of T-Mobile's offerings. I might go with that eventually. What did your permitting process look like? Did you have to submit blueprints? Do you have to submit permitting, etc.? Let's say with solar cistern. So a little bit about the permitting process. So yeah, if you just went with a regular permitting process, you would need a lot of that stuff, like blueprints, stuff like that. And since it's like a non-traditional build, I think, well, with any, you might have to have like an architect sign off on it and everything like that. But we can opt out of inspections for a first-time owner builder, which is fantastic. We did have to submit a site plan.
But no blueprints.
No blueprints. We don't have to have anything inspected. Just when the house is done, they just come out before you start building, and you tell them this is where you want to build. They make sure, okay, that looks good, and then after you're done building, they come out and they're like, okay, it's where you said it is, and then it's done.
Yep, pretty simple.
Simple, a lot cheaper, but it does come with a downside. Obviously, without those regular inspections, it would be probably impossible to sell. Like you wouldn't probably be able to get a loan for it.
Right. Unless you kind of carry the loan yourself. So there's ways to do that, but it might be more difficult. How cold does it get in the winter there? Will it risk outside water problems? It does get below freezing in the winter. It can get down to as low as like 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So, but usually daytime temperatures are around like 50 or 60 degrees. And then, nighttime gets freezing.
So like right in that morning hour before the sun comes up, usually like it's coldest.
Yeah. So yeah, we do have to think about issues with freezing, but we don't get like hard freezes here. Tell us about the weather there lately. I mean, it's been nice.
Temperature wise, almost perfect. We haven't had any rain in a while, but that might be changing, and we might be getting some rain coming up. So that's kind of exciting. Hopefully, it doesn't interfere with the build.
Tomorrow and Thursday. We'll see.
But it's been windy. In fact, like the dirt I'm digging up is very dry and sandy, and the wind's just been crazy. And I think I got some sand in my eyes, so this eye is kind of like red and irritated. Trying to wash that out and get that. I can still feel it. It still feels off. I gotta wear my goggles on a windy day like this.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, sorry. I was wondering. I wasn't seeing any. No comments were coming in, so I know I was frozen.
How old is your dog? We don't know his exact age. He's a rescue, but his age is estimated like 11 or 12 years old right now, right?
Yep.
There he is.
And he's not happy.
What's going on? You want to come in? He's outside. Since it's been cooler, he's liking to be outside more.
He's been really wanting to be outside.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Super generous of you.
I'm gonna see if he wants to come in.
Homestead Witchery, welcome. How full is the cistern now? We haven't had any rain since kind of toward the end of the monsoon season, so it's probably still about 1,000 gallons. Hello, you chose a great time to go live. I'm a bit late. How's crew? Does he handle cold weather or hot weather best? How old is he? He's beautiful. Well, again, he's about, maybe we're estimating 11 or 12. He loves cold weather versus the hot weather.
Yeah.
Akitas are double-coated dogs. Kind of meant really for the mountains, hunting bears. But he does all right, in the summer. We just keep him more in the shade or the air conditioner. And then he really loves the winter. Of course,
I'm petting him right now.
Of course, even if it's too cold, he still likes to warm up inside with the heater. Oh.
Oh. Are you grouchy? What's going on?
He wants something.
What do you want?
He wants to be on camera.
Put him on
You want to be on camera? And now the people are gonna see. They're gonna see the way you're behaving. Oh.
Uh-oh.
What's going on? How many courses do you have left to do on the dome? That's a tough one. Maybe I'm thinking 4 more feet, maybe 12 courses. Just an estimate. Hello, how much headroom will you have from the loft to the top of the dome? I don't really know. That's a good question. It is coming in really rapidly, but I think there will be a decent amount of room because just kind of use that as like a little bit of a studio area, someplace to kind of work. So, and she plans on kind of maybe even sitting in there anyway. But I think there'll be a decent amount of standing room, places where she can kind of store like little cabinets around maybe the outer edge where it gets real tight. But you're thinking of probably even sitting there in there most of the time anyway, right?
Yeah. It'll end up being kind of like a craft nook.
A craft nook.
Where I can sit and do crafts.
So I think it'll be a decent amount of space for that. If I could have done things differently, there's a lot of reasons why we chose to put the loft there, and because we wanted it needed to be a certain height above some of the doorways. But I think we could have added that in afterwards. It's better if you can tie it into the dome, but I think we could have added it afterwards. And maybe 8 feet would have been a good height for that. But we're learning. Is it a 20-foot dome? It is. So you really wanted to try and go as big as you could with it, right? Like, it's our home. We wanted to be happy with the space. So we ended up going with probably about as large of a dome as we could build. So it's a 20-foot interior diameter, and if you make it that wide, then it has to be that tall.
Mhm.
Jeffrey Robinson, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
Blessings. Very generous. Thank you very much.
Would you consider using colored liquid concrete to put on the outside of the dome to protect it better from the weather, especially rain? I think we're going to avoid concrete just because the earth that we're using is not stabilized with any cement or anything. And just putting like solid cement or concrete over that might cause cracking because the earth is going to be more flexible and might expand and contract more, and it might cause cracks. So we could possibly do some kind of like stabilized earthen mix with like a concrete, or I think lime would probably work better because the earth we have here has a high clay content, and I think lime works a little better for stabilization than cement.
Mm-hmm. Are you concerned about collapse at all? Yeah. I would be concerned about. I think if a collapse will happen, it will happen while we're building. It's but so far, I mean, it is super solid. I mean, I'm up on that wall, just like hammering on those bags. So like, if we were gonna see a collapse, it would probably be at that time.
Yeah, we should see some kind of evidence of instability.
So I think once the dome is complete, then I wouldn't worry about it at all. I think it'll be fine. And it's trippy. It's trippy to walk in there and see these bags like over your head, and it almost just seems to defy gravity. And when you're working from the wall, I mean, you know that there's like nothing. That wall is like now like 4 or 5 feet away from you, and it's pretty trippy, but it's super solid. Like walking up on there, hammering it with the tamper, it's super solid.
Mm-hmm. Catherine asks, how is that angle working for getting the dirt up there since the ladder is almost straight up? It's all right. We did have some trouble at first when we moved the ladder to the inside, and I think it was a little bit too straight. We had to make some adjustments, and I think we got a good angle on it. There's not a whole lot of room because of the loft in there, so we can't have quite as steep of an angle for the ladder, but I think it's working fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's working out pretty well. Unfortunately, we can't go that much higher with it. Might be able to go a little bit higher with it, but we're pretty much going to have to work from the loft. So the trick is going to be to like get the material up to the loft, and then from the loft up to where you're working.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit more challenging, but at least the courses are getting a lot smaller. Isn't the soil content really caliche, not clay? It's when we had the excavator out here kind of do a soil testing, he kind of described it as a soft caliche, not like a really hard caliche. So there might be a higher mineral content down there at that point, but it still has a decent amount of clay.
Yeah, there's both caliche and clay.
But you would really took on a bunch of projects, kind of right in the middle of the house build with doing some drawings and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that's been that we kind of haven't been having a bounce between.
I think he wants to go back outside.
Do you want to go back
Outside?
outside? Do you want me to take it?
I'll take it.
You got him?
Yeah.
So she's on the last drawing now. Unfortunately, these are like kind of gifts for people, so we haven't been able to kind of put any of that on like the videos or any pictures on that until we get the clear that until we get the go ahead to be able to put that out there, and then we can kind of show you guys some of the things she's been doing kind of behind the scenes. Backcountry Preps, hello. What is the composition of the soil you put in the bag? Sand, clay, etc. Our sand clay content is pretty close to ideal, and I think we're using about 25 to 30% clay, with so about 75 to 70% about sand silt, which is pretty optimal. If you have like a higher clay or sand ratio, you can always kind of modify it a little bit or add a stabilizer. That's where people might add like more cement or lime into their bag mix. But we have a pretty ideal ratio. So we decided just to forgo any cement, any concrete, any lime, and just go with the dirt. And so far, it's been working out pretty well. Pretty happy with it. Hi, how much money do you think you've spent so far in that building? Difficult to say. We'll definitely kind of try and do a cost analysis when we're done. But this particular building will probably, I probably shouldn't say. It's definitely over 1,000. I think just the wood for the loft and the and the eaves probably cost about $1,000. So I have to figure out the bags and some other things we might have used. But I'll definitely we'll definitely put like a cost analysis after we're done. Simply Pam's in the house, trying to cover bales. Oh, get those bales covered. Yeah, Pam. There might be rain in the forecast tomorrow on Thursday, so definitely keep those covered. I am currently about to purchase a solar system soon. Could you remind us what PV panel battery voltage charge controller info you two are using, please? I just, you could probably look back on our videos and I might offer you a little bit more info, but, I know we're using used Model S Tesla batteries. I forget what the brand of the panels are. I should know that.
What?
You know what the brand of the panels I bought are? Solar panels?
Wasn't it LG?
LG. Yes. LG panels, 320 watt panels, 15 of them. So far that system's been working out really well. We haven't really, sometimes in the summer we stress the system a little bit, but otherwise it's pretty good for just about all we need.
Mm-hmm.
Are you moving in after you get the dome tabbed completely or waiting to run electric? I was thinking we could probably start moving some stuff in, but we have to. I think we could maybe use the dome as like a kind of like a break area, or just a place to kind of huddle and chill while we're building. But I think to actually kind of move stuff in, we're gonna have to wait till the electrical's done, and that way we can kind of cob and finish the floor. The electric has to come first because we have to bury all that in cob, basically. Is he happy outside now?
I don't know. Sometimes it gets kind of antsy around this time.
Yeah, kind of unusual. Probably because we're live. Someone asked for a crew cam. We just did a crew cam earlier when he was freaking out.
Yeah, he's outside.
It's a loose barbed wire for holding hay as insulation. And how soon until we see them? It's not actually barbed wire. It's galvanized wire, and we'll probably use it to tie to rebar to hold the straw bales in place. Again, not 100% sure we'll be adding the straw bales. Well, we got that in there just in case. We're probably something we want to add, but we'll see.
I grabbed some of the older questions that you missed. Ben asked, what do you think about giant tarps for rainwater catchment? Maybe 2 posts to make an incline?
Yeah.
Something we thought about doing. Actually, you were thinking about just putting them on the ground, right? Tarps on the ground for collecting rainwater.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen another channel do that, and pretty effective. I mean, it might be a very low cost solution to do that. I don't think we would be able to put just tarps on the ground. Or if we did, we would have to run a decent length of pipe in order to get that into any kind of container. Unless we did it in some kind of underground container. But then you got to pump the water out.
Yeah. If we did put posts up to kind of hold them to make an incline, I think the issue would be with the wind, because the wind gets pretty strong here and might just rip the tarps up.
If we did something, it would have to be a little heavier duty.
Yeah.
That channel that we seen the tarp on his Homestead Economics, and if anything, he built a kind of like a low level kind of a roof, and I think that might be something we would have to do, something a little sturdier. Watching your channel for quite some time already. You should have more subs. I know, right? Unbelievable. I'm not super concerned about the subs. It's great to get them, but what we really want to do is just create content that people will return to watch. So having a lot of subs, but them not really checking out the videos, that's not really helping anyone. So if we have a smaller but more dedicated audience, that I'm fine with that. I mean, a lot of people show up when we put out videos to check them out, and we really appreciate that. It really means a lot. E.T. Travis, thank you so much for the super chat. Very generous. $25 for winter t-shirts. Thank you.
Can those Earthbag domes bear the weight of 2 feet of soil earth bermed and over the roof? That I don't know, but I think it probably could. I don't know if anyone has done that, so I wouldn't feel confident, saying that, yeah, I can.
We don't feel confident. Maybe, but we're not going to be held responsible. Maybe a test project or something, before doing something too big. I just got here. How did the turkey turn out? You tell me how the turkey turned out.
I thought it was really good.
I think I got a bunch of compliments on that, right? I had to cook up the turkey, cooked up a bunch of what else? Potatoes,
Potatoes.
corn on the cob. Oh, he's not happy out there. What's going on? That's weird. Usually one place or the other. As soon as he's there, he's kind of fine with it. But kind of weird that he's so antsy. Shirt idea. Crew's face is a flower with 3 leaves. Words, Green Dream Project.
Like it.
How can you afford to live within this lifestyle? Good question. One good thing is that living this lifestyle is, well, it costs a bit to get set up. But once you do, actually the day-to-day living isn't super expensive. We don't have a mortgage. The property tax out here is very low.
No utilities.
No utilities, no electric bill, no water bill. So we don't have too many bills. A lot of this was funded from the sale of the city, and we use that to kind of fund some of the bills and to kind of keep us going for a while.
Get things going, get things started.
But just making a little bit of money online presence, with YouTube, with the website and everything like that. So that helps out. And we'll probably be doing more in the future, like once we get a little bit more time freed up. I think we'd like to get into making more of our own like products and stuff like that, and maybe see a GDP line of products made right here in the homestead.
Yeah.
What? I don't know. Maybe sheep soap. Anyone ever sell sheep soap?
I've never seen sheep soap.
That's why people love it.
I need sheep first.
Kind of funny. You've been obsessed with something lately, and I don't know if I should mention it here now, but you've been obsessed with something lately that's been taking a lot of your attention.
Well, now
I'm not gonna say it's about sheep, but I'll just say
but it's about
sheep.
Well, I've been thinking about what kind of livestock we might want, and
you're really leaning towards sheep, but she wants to make sure like she knows the ins and outs, that she's really making a good, firm decision. So a lot's gonna go into this before we decide to pull the trigger on that, but I'm pretty excited about it. I think it'll be cool. Tony's in the house. Hello. Were your ears burning earlier? I wasn't talking about that. Well, maybe a little bit. Do you own the mining rights to the property? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure how that works in Arizona. You know anything about that?
I feel like I probably
read that.
read about it when we were buying property, but I forgot.
Cool yarn, hopefully.
Yeah.
She's excited about that. If we did do sheep, I think we would try and take full advantage of the sheep, like milk, wool.
Ooh, Mrs. Scootery. That's first time chatter. Hi, Jim and Jess. I thought a pitchfork would be helpful for you to sift through the rocks.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, maybe. It might be an idea, because there's a lot of rocks. I might have to try that.
Are y'all going to put some trees into the ground next year? I'd like to.
Yeah, we definitely have to get a little bit more into that. I really thought maybe we'd be pushing a little bit more on that right now, but obviously the house bill has been taking a while. But I think we do want to get more trees out here. And we did kind of do something where people would be able to sponsor trees and stuff like that. So I think once we kind of push on getting more trees out here, we'll probably kind of talk a little bit more about that. But we do have that It's on the website, right?
Right. Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Well, okay. And one of the reasons why I was doing all this research about cheap and stuff is trying to kind of finalize our plans for the property, like where everything's going to go, what we're going to be doing with certain areas. So I'd like to kind of get that nailed down, and then we can figure out like what kind of trees we want and where we want to put them,
Yeah.
and all that.
So we're getting a lot closer on that. It's the designs has been working for years now. I can't believe this. I can't believe we've been able to go live. This is crazy. And this is on the Visible network, not on the MoFi. So I'm impressed. We have a skylight at the top of the dome. A lot of people have been kind of questioning about that.
Everyone
like, how are you
wants
gonna? Yeah. And I think we'll probably think about that, but because we are thinking about going with the straw bales, like we can't have like a skylight at the top. So right now we're kind of erring on the side of it being the dome being more efficient as far as like temperature wise than like with lighting wise, right?
Yes. I think so. I mean, it would be nice to have a lot of natural light in the house. I kind of like that, but I think I would probably prefer the energy efficiency. And if I want natural light, I can go outside or something.
Yeah, that's the thing. That I think we kind of knew going into it, but I mean, it's true. Like we're in a tiny space here in the RV, and I haven't minded it at all, really. My biggest complaint, if I had a complaint about the RV, is just that it's not really designed for full time living. But I don't really mind the space. Like just as long as I have a space to eat and sleep, I'm fine with it. And most of the time, I spend outside anyway. So I think some of the things that we have on the inside will be outside. We'll probably have like an indoor kitchen, but like an outdoor kitchen as well. Um, Possibilities just gets me all excited every time I think about that. So we're probably spending a lot of time inside. So like outside. So like the inside, it's important, but not.
Are you drawing from the cistern? Not yet.
Oh yeah, not yet. Probably a little later on when we get the second dome up. You have to build a second dome to be able to do electric wire. My thinking is just I could wire up the first dome and get that all wired, but then I would need to run wiring from that dome to the second dome, and that's got to get covered. That's got to get covered up as well. So all that wiring's got to get covered up by Cobb. Otherwise, we'd have to run like a conduit or something like that. You wouldn't want conduit, would you?
Well, have we worked that out exactly how that's going through? You probably,
Yeah.
But I don't know how it's working because it's gonna have to go.
Oh, like
out
how
of one dome and into the other.
How I'm wiring it? Yeah, it's gonna have to go through the hallway into the other dome.
Okay, well, we'll have to talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's a way to do it.
Maybe there's a way. Sometimes I got to run these ideas past her because I come up with ideas, but then that's a good reason why there's two people sounding ideas off each other. That way, someone can come up with something. Oh well, maybe we could try it this way,
right?
And that'll work better. but sometimes it gets past both of us, and then we make bad decisions. But at least we have like a little filter that.
Cost for the earth bags for your size dome, and what size is your dome? Wait, did you answer that one?
Wait, what?
Like the cost of the bags and the size.
Oh, the cost of the bags and the size.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about the cost of the bags per se, but
the size of the dome is 20 feet interior diameter.
Oh, size of the dome.
Yes.
Oh.
And the size of the bags, well, at the base, it's about 2 feet.
Yeah, those bags are about 2 feet
thick, wide.
Yep.
And the cost
per bag runs about 20 to 25 cents per bag. Have you come up with an idea for the geodome pipe structure? I think if anything, it'll probably end up being like a greenhouse or something like that. But until we make a firm decision, it's all kind of up in the air. Tiny Shiny's solar info was interesting, but they never explained what they were using to warrant their setup. Well, maybe they don't even know quite yet. I mean, maybe they just went a little larger, so just in case down the road. I mean, that's a big family. So maybe they figure quite a bit of power needs. Because I think they have a pretty big solar array. I'm not sure how many panels they have.
How many square feet will the house be when complete? I always forget. I think it's somewhere around 1,000.
Yeah, it's pretty close to that. I always forget exactly how much, but are you adding other domes to enlarge your living area? There'll be another dome.
Yeah, one more dome.
One more dome. And we'll probably, we're going to keep on building after that, so there's going to be a lot of building. But I think that'll be it for, like, the house.
I just saw Matthew's joke. How does Crew stop the video? He uses the pause button.
Oh. Love y'all so much. So nice to see you live again. Well, it's nice to be live. I missed him. It's always a fun part of the week to be able to kind of get on here and just have that interaction with the people that watch our videos, get some of those questions answered that we can't necessarily put into a video or something people may have missed. So it's a really excellent opportunity. And normally we do it Thursday, but since there's not a video today, we thought, why not hop on here, do a little live, and reconnect for a bit. I gotta wash my eye out when the live is over, though. It's all irritated.
Oh no!
Yeah, I can feel it like there's sandpaper under my eyelids. Isn't her domes? Do we each have our own dome?
Yeah.
Which one's your dome?
Cool dome.
They're both cool.
Are the snakes still out? I haven't seen any snakes for a while. My parents did. What was that? A week or two ago?
Yeah.
They had a rattlesnake under their car. My mom walked up to the car and was supposed to go in there, and she heard it rattling, looked under there, and like, oh.
Yeah, when you hear it rattling, you definitely gotta be like, hang on.
Yeah, it was, 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 it was,
Yeah, we haven't seen one out here in a while, thankfully. Yeah, talk about so a lot of people talk about safety harnesses and stuff like that, you know, because we are working up there pretty high, and the fact that we should have some type of like fall protection and stuff like that. We actually just invested in a harness, right?
We did.
So that's something we'll be trying out when we get back onto the dome, and we'll probably kind of see how that works and feels.
No, the dome is almost done.
Now that it's almost done.
It's probably long overdue. Well, we got another dome to do.
There's another dome, so it'll come in handy. But you'll be able. I think you'll probably be able to see that on the next video. We should have another video on Saturday, so we'll be back on that. North Star Prep Stetter. We're an hour early. Oh, well, one, we're glad that you're here. That's a totally different day. It's kind of a crazy lie. We kind of just decided yesterday to do it. So it's, yeah, a completely different day, but it's actually the same time here in Arizona. But we just decided to keep it at that time. But due to daylight savings time, it's 7 everywhere else in the country. So I could definitely see it being a little confusing for people.
Well, it's not 7 everywhere else.
Oh, right.
I think it
7,
works that way.
7 Eastern Standard Time. And I forgot about that too. I think when I originally put that out, I think I put it at like 8, and then I had to change it right away. But it's 7 Eastern Standard Time. It's an hour early for everyone around the country except for Arizona. That's not the way the time zones work, Jim. It's probably getting close to my bedtime. I swear I wasn't drinking before the live. Yeah, Arizona doesn't participate in daylight savings, and I, for one, love it.
Yeah.
I just gotta wait. We just gotta wait for the rest of the country to catch up. That's right. It's 7 o'clock somewhere. Just not everywhere.
What do you guys think of geothermal tubes? I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I got a book about them because I'm thinking about, if we might want to try doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of doing some research on that. And
if we do it, it might be for like maybe the greenhouses or something like that. I know. Who likes daylight savings? I don't know if I've met anyone that cares for it too much. Have you met anyone that like, oh yeah, I can't wait?
But keep doing it.
I mean, I understand the benefit, I guess, but
You do.
no. Well, see, Ascension Red says the reservations follow daylight savings time in Arizona.
That's true.
Oh. What's the next product after the house? I think
garden.
Yeah, garden.
Greenhouse,
maybe greenhouses. Growing more food. Food is the next priority after the house for sure.
Yep.
You got a question you want to throw out there?
Yeah.
It's the closing time. We got to throw out a... Oh! I'll grab one here. Have you decided what you will plant for the spring? With handles the summer heat, would you rather grow herbs and buy veggies, or no herbs and have veggies?
Oh, oh man, that's a lot.
That's a lot. I don't know if we'll be growing anything quite yet, right?
Well, I'll keep my small garden going. So
And you
I
got
probably
herbs in there.
herbs, because herbs are easy.
But our time is up. 1 hour. I think that's most anybody can stand of us in one shot. Well, me anyway. We'll probably keep watching her. Man, thanks so much for joining us. I know it's kind of a different time for a lot of you, definitely a different day, but just thought we'd take the opportunity to connect since we couldn't put out a video today. But thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching those videos. We'll be back again with another video Saturday. So thanks so much, everyone. Have a good night.
Yeah. Good night.